Hello. Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? I'm wondering. And we're coming up. Welcome everybody, both of you. It looks like there's two people. My name is Tom, in case you haven't met me yet. And this is just a short little intro to give you an update on what's going on with my new, there's the notification that we're live. So we'll give people a few minutes to get the notification and come in. Two people are watching. Hello. Say something. Give me a chat. Tell me what's going on. I'm going to try to do a little live demo, do some electrolysis tonight on that I picked up from my plow. So if you've been on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, you know that I picked up a little extra piece for my plow. I've been following along on my channel and putting up with all the posts I put on Facebook. I've been restoring a 54A plow for my cub. It's all restored and it's actually mounted on the plow at this time. So I'll give people a little bit more time to come in. And if you give me a thumbs up or something to let me know that you can actually hear me. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Let me see. I'm doing this over my phone and watching my progress on my computer. So sounds like we got sound. So So we've got a big storm coming up, and I'm going to get a chance to use the plow for the first time. Never used a plow on a cub before, or actually I might have used a plow on a David Bradley walk-behind tractor, if you can believe that. That was more work than it was fun, because the tractor was geared at just a little bit faster than walking speed, so you kind of had to be pulled along with the tractor while you were plowing. It wasn't that much fun. So, people that are watching can chat if you would like. Say hi. Hi. There is a little bit of a delay. I see about two second delay from what I'm recording to what I'm seeing on my computer. So there's two people watching. Who are the two people? Hopefully it's not just me and me. So let's see. There goes one thumbs up. Somebody's watching. Hi, welcome to the channel. It's a very cold night out tonight. It's about, I think it's about 3 degrees out at this time. The big storm coming up this weekend, it's supposed to be 10 degrees during the day. It's the high temperature, and it's supposed to get quite blustery and blowy. And so it'll be a challenge just to see if I can get the cub to even start. Never really had much trouble starting the cub, but it's always that risk that it might not even start. And if it doesn't start, then plan B is just to use my snowblower. I spent last weekend revamping that a little bit. I took it all apart, cleaned the head, which was pretty well carboned up. And people on this channel, or people who have farm malls quite often, probably have a product called Seafoam. And I found that the Seafoam does a really good job dissolving the carbon off of the head, the built up carbon. I just left it on, poured it straight on, and let it soak for about 5 minutes, and then a lot of it just wiped right off. So, okay, well, we've got another person here, a few more people here. Chris Wallace, online, but I thought he might join us tonight too. So if you guys have any questions, any of you are watching, please feel free to chat me up, ask a question. I'm just here tonight giving you an update on my 54A plow. John in Connecticut, hello. Just giving you an update on the 54A grader plow progress. It's pretty much all done. I did get a couple extra parts today. I went down to the Augusta trade show in Maine here, and I had ordered a couple parts from TM Tractor. They were there at the trade show, and I got a couple shoes to go on the plow. I'll probably paint these up. And I also got the clevis pin that goes on top of the where the lifting arm connects to the frame of the plow. The lifting arm connects to the spring part of the 54A plow. That gives you a little float on the plow. TM Tractors actually had an original part of that. And part of tonight's good evening from Burnham, Daryl Voss. Hello. So tonight I thought I would, the piece I got from TM Tractors, that clevis pin, the flexible clevis pin, it's quite rusty, as you can see. So I thought tonight I would show how I take off the rust through electrolysis. And that works pretty well for me. Don't have to sandblast, and it's kind of a set it off and let it go type of thing. You can let the process work overnight, and you come back the next morning and all the rust is gone, and you just give it a quick rinse, and it's kind of are left with a black coating, which is magnetite, and after that the metal will not rust again. I did that process on the entire plow. I used electrolysis and even the blade, and it took me quite a while. I put off the project. Things kept coming up, getting in the way of the project, and the plow sat down in my moist cellar over the summer for actually 2 summers, and never rusted after the electrolysis process at all. And I was able just to continue on. And let's see. Hey, gotta go to sleep. Early commute. Good to see ya. Okay, Salacheri. Oh yeah, you're a new subscriber. I saw you just subscribed recently. Thanks for John in Connecticut. That's who that is. Okay. Thanks, John. Yeah, go get some sleep. I might try this again this weekend. This is just more of a test. I didn't know how well this would work because I hadn't tried live streaming off my new phone, and it seems to be working all right. I don't know. Tell me what you think. So maybe I should start my live streams earlier. So let's, since there's only a couple of you, probably not many more people coming in, I'll try to get my little electrolysis going here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so here's my tiny little setup. There's the clevis pin. It's in water, the pin and the flexible clevis part. I have the even the cotter, this itself. This was rusty too. So so what I have set up here is just a battery charger. My good old Schumacher. This is what I used for the entire process on the on the blade. I've had this for quite a while. It's never failed me. So basically what you have in here is you have anodes, and you want to hook your positive to the anode, and then your negative goes to the metal. And what happens is the rust will travel from your rusty piece to your anode, and it will leave you with just bare metal. Actually, even if it's painted, a lot of the paint would come off too. So just bear with me. What I'm going to do, I have some alligator clips, and I'm just going to clip the 3 pieces together and then hook the battery charger up to it, and I'll show you that in just a second, but I'll put you back up here. Alright, so if you got any questions, I can't hold the phone and make the clips at the same, and clip the pieces together at the same time. Oops, there goes my pin. The final ingredient to this whole process is washing soda. That's what allows the current to go through the travel from the rusty piece to the anode. Alright, so let's clip here. And part of this process too, it's very important not to get any copper in the mix, because that copper can contaminate everything. So even though I'm using copper wires, the alligator clips themselves are not copper, so I can kind of get away with putting the clips in the water. As long as the copper part doesn't touch. And this is what I found to work best for me when I was doing the plow. The copper wire allows you to bend it and kind of keeps things, once you get them bent right, things will kind of stay in place. Alright. So, to bring you back here, so now I've got washing soda. It comes in, it's just the Arm & Hammer washing soda. You get it right at Walmart. I got it at, excuse me here, let's go back here. Got it at Walmart. It was like $4 for a carton. And you really don't need more than probably just this right here. Just crumble that up, because it contains moisture, and it's in my cellar, moisture blocks it up a little bit. So we'll just dissolve that into the water. You can't really put too much in there. It'll find its own, it'll level out, make its own correct mixture, whatever. If it's too much, it just settles down to the bottom. So you just want to get that stirred up a little bit. It mixes in pretty well. So I've got my alligator clips onto the metal piece with the rust, and I've got one more connection to make. Got to clip the 2 anodes together so the current will flow between the 2. Okay, looks like quite the science project here. So there, now all we need to do is hook the negative in, and we're already powered, so we should, hopefully it will start finding a charge. And if it doesn't find a charge right off, Let's see. It hasn't started. Sometimes you have to jump start it, I've found, so I might have to jump start it with a battery. But sometimes it will. No, it's not starting. Okay, I'm going to set you back up here. Hold on just a minute. We can do this. Hold on 1 second. All right. Okay, all I'm doing is taking a battery, and I'm just going to run a charge into the water. See if I can get... Let's go positive to positive. Actually, all I've got to do is go... Just touch the negative and the positive together, and that should do it. This doesn't make for a very good video, but we're doing something here. There, we got a charge. It just takes a little bit of a charge to get things going. All I did was put the battery on against this positive here and run a copper wire to that negative lead. I couldn't really show you because I only have 2 hands. So right now what you can see going on in there is the process is starting. You see the swirls happening. The rust is starting to leave and swirl or leave the bubble off the clevis pin in there. And so I know I have the right mixture. And what will happen now is all the rust will go from the clevis pin to the anode, to the tin cans that I put in there. I found that tin cans work the best, even though it's not high-grade metal. But so this is the fun part, because you get to see the swirling of how the electricity makes the water swirl, and the bubbles and all the chemical reaction that's taking place. And it's a lot, sandblasting would be a lot quicker, but once you have this set up, then you don't have to, it's kind of a set it and forget it until it's done. So this process will take, probably the rest of the night, and I'm not going to be videoing this the rest of the night, of course. But we'll probably do another quick video tomorrow if you guys want to come back and just show you the finished product tomorrow. And I'll leave this video up. But things are really starting to bubble now. And over time, the tin cans will actually deteriorate and dissolve, which is pretty neat to see as well. So, what do you think of this? Something you can do pretty easily. Like I said, it puts a magnetite coating as the finished process. It turns black. That's how you know when it's done. And what you do when it's done is you take it out and you rinse it off under the faucet. And you don't even have to scrub it really. There won't be any rust left. what you'll be left is just the metal. You'll still have the pitting from the rust. It doesn't replace any metal. So any damage that the rust has caused, you'll still have that damage, but you won't have it's better than using a wire brush because you won't have the swirl marks. And if you use a grinder wheel or something like that, you won't be losing any metal. So because it just takes the rust, it does not take any of the iron away. So after about an hour, it becomes impossible to see anything that you're doing here. I mean, you can touch this and you don't get zapped or anything. So it's a pretty safe project. But it just gets harder as the reactions take place. It gets harder and harder to see what you're doing. So every once in a while you might stop it and see how your progress is going. But the longer you leave it alone, the better the results will be. So this is just a simple little electrolysis process to take rust off from my flexible clevis pin that I got today from TM Tractors. What I plan to do is, once this is done tomorrow, I'll paint it up and install it on the tractor. There goes my volume. Still getting used to this phone. Yeah, Daryl, I'd like to see that process. Do you have any videos of that process with the salt water? That would be interesting to see. I hadn't heard of that. So that's what's going on. I'll probably, when I paint that up, I'll paint my shoes up for the plow that I got at TM Tractors as well. Oops. I guess this is like, these have more. YouTube has all kinds of videos of the salt etching. Oh, I guess I hadn't even come across that yet. I'll have to look that up after this. Thanks, Daryl. That's something new to watch. So, yeah. So this is just I just used my little battery charger to power the process. I guess I could show you what we're getting for readings off of this with my see what we're getting for volts across things. Still, Chris is leaving comments on my Facebook page. Again, this is hard to show. I really should have an assistant down here. But let's see what we're getting for volts across this. We're getting about 14 volts right now going through this. Let's see. So this is my battery charger's putting out some power. The water, I don't know if you can tell, it's turning kind of a green color. And that's the reaction from the can. But usually what you want to do is use a good high-grade steel as a sacrificial steel anode. That's going to dissolve. You're not going to, it's really going to eat into the metal on the sacrificial anode. But that's, as I said before, the tin cans really seem to work well. And they're cheap. So, see some bubbling right down in there. So, that's what's going on with me. Howdy, howdy. Maybe we'll check back in a minute. I was only planning to go for about a half an hour tonight, so appreciate the few of you that came in and left some comments. And I will come in tomorrow for a little bit, about 8 o'clock. And if you want to come back and see what the finished product looks like, and I'll paint it up. I think that should give me plenty of time before the storm hits on the weekend to get that painted up and have it dry in time to install it on the plow. That's the flexible clevis pin that gives you a little bit more float on the plow. I'm anxious to see how that works. So if there's no questions, I'm gonna kill it for here, I guess. And thank you again for watching. I'll leave the video up if you want to tell anybody about the video, or if anybody else comes in, please leave a comment below and leave any suggestions about tomorrow night's live stream. We'll try to get more publicity about it since it does seem to work. I was a little hesitant about advertising this because I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but it seems to work pretty good. I guess that's about it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.